Hey dudes and dudettes, back again with another Path of Exile video for you, and in this one I wanted to go over the what I call Misc flasks. The they're more special use than the elemental, the chaos, and the health, and you see the quicksilver early game, but you start getting these a little bit later in. And I wanted to explain something about, explain them and show you some of them. First is the Granite Flask, which gives 3,000 armor. Now this does give 3,000 armor. It's great against physical bosses, and anyone can use it to get that little bit of an edge against facing someone, a boss like Brutus, who does, or Cole, the unique version of Brutus, or on the maps, the unique versions of those that do a lot of physical. This will come in a little more handy. This will make you a little more safe against them. The next is the Jade Flask. It gives 3,000 to evasion rating and everything that comes with evasion, so dodging and such. This is again useful against guys that would try to hit you. They haven't added an energy shield flask yet, so that's not going to be in this. These are all the flask. I'm showing you all the flasks that I can in these videos, and the next would be a quartz flask. Your movement is not blocked by enemies. Now this flask is really useful for farming like bosses. Like if you need to get somewhere without being interrupted by enemies. I know that some people that do piety runs and use this flask. And Dominus runs or whatever. If the boss is far away and you're going to have to go through a lot of mobs, some people pop this thing and then they pop their quartz flask, their quicksilver flask, and they just run through everything, because this makes it where monsters don't give any resistance. You just run right through them like transparent. So you really don't have to worry about being blocked in and dying. The next is a diamond flask. Now this could be confusing for some people, and I'm going to explain it. Your critical strike chance is lucky. This is for someone who does crit builds or focuses in crit stuff. It basically gives a second roll of the dice for your crits. Now what that means, if you've ever played D&D or a dice type game, say your chance of rolling a crit, you have to, on a 6-sided dice, you have to roll over a 3, and the first time you roll a 2. Well, this gives a second roll, so the second roll you could get a 4, and boom. So you see what I mean. These all come in handy in certain situations, and I'm actually going to be upgrading one in front of you because I need a granite flask. My resist are all maxed when I pop my aura, so my armor is weak. And I'm going to make me an armor flask right in front of you. First, you're going to always use the baubles on it, like in my upgrading flask video. And this makes it last 4.8 seconds. And then you're going to Orb of Transmutation to make it magic. 14 extra charges, 30 minutes. I don't need elemental resist on it, so that's a great one for a lot of people, but sadly I do not need the elemental resist, so I'm going to switch it up with the Orb of Alteration. Again, I don't need the elemental resist. Dispel Shocked, dang, I don't need the critical. Let's do this. There we go, that's what we wanted. 91 increased armor flask effect. Now what that does is it gives 90% on top of that armor, and I'm going to go out and show you what I mean by this, just to show you what one of these do in use. These are very situational to some, but if you're really weak and physical and you need that extra evasion or armor boost, they come in, like I said earlier, very handy. And I'll show you why. If you get the increased armor bonus on this, let me show you. My armor is 1,009. Now watch. I clicked it wrong. 7,000. And see, my estimated physical damage reduction jumps to 46% while that flask is in effect. 46% is a big boost up from 10. That's 36% increase. And I have none of the boost your armor nodes as well. So that's a big deal. As always, I hope you found this video informative, and take care, be safe, and be cool to each other.